Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another Transformers video here today, and we've got a three-piece surprise. As you can see before you, I've got all three of the new YOLOPARK model kits from Rise of the Beast. We've got B, Prime, and Primal, and I'm going to be doing three separate videos for all three of them, but in the interest of saving time for the intros, I'm just going to show them all to you here. But of course, this is the review for Bumblebee. So if you wanted to check out the other ones, go check those out because I'm going to be uploading all three at the same time on the channel.
Oh, I lied.
But yeah, let's get right into it. And here we have the YOLOPARK model kit, Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, out of the packaging, all put together. And I have to say, any concerns I had about this guy were immediately erased, not only as I was putting him together, and you kind of get a feel of how the articulation is going to be as you put the figure itself together, but the questions I had about the small details were just completely erased. When you bring this guy in here, it is just off the charts how much detail is packed into him. And I'm totally not adding this in after the fact, but in terms of head posability, his neck is on a separate joint than the head itself, so you could move the neck around separate from the head. The head could look down. Okay. You can get that angling left to right, and looking up, not so much, but it's not awful. You could lean them forward a little bit and then get them a look up, but you're not really getting too much in terms of upwards, but it's not awful. The only complaint I have are those absolutely stare into your soul eyes that he has. But those could definitely be improved with some small customization, of course, whether it be some painting or pen work. I'll have to see what I'm going to do about that. But everything else on this figure, even the rest of the head sculpt looks great. The detailing with the paint everywhere but the eyes themselves look great. This whole chest looks fantastic. And these pieces do have some slight movement as well, as you can see. Moving those around, not anything crazy, but you can alter that a little bit. The doors have a really nice, obviously it's not the most realistic paint color. It's kind of like a pearlescent blue, but it looks really nice against the yellow. I'm kind of wondering what if they did the eyes in this color, because obviously you can see the blue in the eyes is different than this. The Autobot insignia on his head looks good, pretty accurate to what we see in the movie. The detailing up here in the lower abdomen looks great as well. Not a lot of paint in there, but the detailing is surely in there. The back looks really good, super accurate to the movie as we see him jump out of the plane like this. This is all accurate. With the spine and stuff there, you do bend the spine a little bit, and you can see there's even more detail coated up under there. I should have shown this is how far you could bend the abs back, so not anything crazy, but albeit some pretty decent movement. The abs kind of rotate. You can't really get anything crazy out of that, but you do get a full 360 unhindered rotation at the waist there. The arms, you get a 360 there. As you can see, that joint is literally like a piston rotating in there. The shoulder pads are adjustable as well, so you could get even more variety out of what you want to do when you're posing the arms around. The lower arm, you get full 360 out of this. You get full bend here, full rotation here, full rotation from the hands, which you can swap. I will show all the hand accessories that you could swap on with a ball joint there. The head itself, you even have, I forgot to mention, these little B antennae, that's what I'll call them, antenna. They can also pop up or stick flat down. You get a 360 rotation of the head there. A bunch of detail packed into the back of the head. The paint detail, like I said, just looks fantastic on this guy. And just every second you look at him, there's a new spot of detail to bring attention to. And this is why I understand, like, a lot of people these are Transformers. They want the Transformers to, of course, transform. But if you're gonna be this cheap with this much detail, these are display pieces anyway. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I really don't care. I'm okay with it. Where was I in terms of articulation? Let's look at the back of this guy here. These doors don't really, I mean, they do rotate, but I don't know how much you're gonna want to. How does that look? Not too great. Yeah, I don't know how much you're going to want to be moving them out of their origin position. These wheels as well have some movement in here. You could kind of move them around, as you could see, but you're not really going to be doing anything crazy with those other than tucking them away at the back there. Down to the legs, you get this all the way out to the side, all the way back. You get a bend at the knee here, plenty of bend forwards and back. Not getting anything up there. This shin guard thing here kind of moves around in here. You could see that. So you get movement out of that as you switch around how you're posing that. The foot has plenty of rotation. There is a bend at the toe there that allows for even more manipulation of it. So much detail even packed into the bottom of the feet here. The back of the legs looking great as well. And as you look around on this guy, you're not seeing screws and holes and joints and stuff like that. It just comes together really nicely. And I think I've pretty much covered it all in terms of articulation and posing and stuff like that with this guy. You could pretty much do whatever you want, pretty unhindered. So yeah, I swapped on a couple new pairs of hands on Bumblebee here, and I'll just show off the rest all at once. Where'd I drop one more? So we have some fists, of course. The fists are not fully closed, but you can't really fit anything into that small opening there. Then you have the more sprawled out, like running hands. Then you have the more relaxed hand, and that is it. Other than the ones I have on here as well. You have the fist, and then the more sprawled out / running hand. So you do have plenty of variety when it comes to the hand accessories for getting your posing the way you like it. The one thing I do have to say, though, is that there are no weapons included with Bumblebee here, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but that is also the same case for the Prime there. So probably an issue that they just didn't have the ability, or when they were putting this together, they didn't know what kind of weapons, or they didn't have the ability to include the weapons. Who knows? But it is not an issue exclusive to this Bumblebee. And for some size comparisons here, we have Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal. Also the only two other YOLOPARK model kits for Rise of the Beast at the time. And these guys all look pretty fantastic alongside each other. You could say Bumblebee is a little big, but honestly, I don't mind how the scaling is, and I'm curious just to see where the rest of the figures are, because I'm presuming they're going to be doing more model kits from the rest of the Rise of the Beast characters. I'm interested to see how B will scale with the rest of them, but he's definitely a little too big compared to how we saw him in Prime in the movie alongside them. But I would honestly, instead of them making B a little bit smaller, I think they should have just made the Primes slightly bigger. But nonetheless, they all look great next to each other. And for some more size comparisons, here is Bumblebee next to Pablo. This is the mainline Pablo. Next to Scourge. And finally, next to Studio Series Bumblebee from Rise of the Beasts. So you can get a good idea of just how much bigger this Bumblebee is. Overall, I would 150% recommend picking this guy up if you can. I got him on YOLOPARK's official website, but I know I saw that, I'm not sure Big Bad Toy Store, but I know Show Z had these guys up for pre-order a little while back. They might have them on the site now. But if not, I would check out YOLOPARK's official site, and if they are sold out right now, I'm sure there's a way you could sign up to get an email when they're back in stock. But other than that, I'd check around on other sites and stuff to see if they have them in stock. But I know these guys have been selling like crazy since they've been released, and honestly, I completely understand why. These are easily the most detailed robot modes that we're going to be getting at such a cheap price and at such a decent size. I'm really happy with this guy. Bumblebee, I love him. Where I would rank him among the other two, he's honestly I'd probably put him in second place behind Primal, just because Primal is so amazing. But all three of them are really great. Like, honestly, all three of them are beyond worth the $33 price point. And Bumblebee, as you can see, I have him posed just like this, and it's a good looking pose. I mean, it's not anything crazy, but he balances great. Like a lot of other figures, even with, okay, like I was praising him, but I'll put him right back up like that. You can see a lot of other figures wouldn't even be able to hold that the balance even on a more flat foot like that. A lot of main deluxes or Voyagers, yada yada, however you scale them, because this guy's kind of like a small Voyager, just wouldn't be able to hold poses like this. And this is just the start of it. You could do so much more with these figures, but that's up to you guys to just have fun with, play around with, pose them, and see how you want to set them up on your display. But overall, 100% would recommend this guy, and I'm very glad that I picked him up super early. But that's all I have to say about YOLOPARK Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Stay tuned for my other two uploads, because even though I may have said in the intro, I'm dropping them all together.
I lied.
I'm going to be dropping this guy first, then the other two will be shortly coming after. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Will you be picking him up? Have you picked him up? And what are some other of the YOLOPARK figures that you would like to see next? But let me know in the comments down below. Likes, dislikes, anything is appreciated. And until next time, peace.